Now, Prime Minister Rishi Sunak and Labour leader Sir Keir Starmer go head-to-head tonight in the first TV debate of the election campaign.
Well, let's talk to political presentation coach Graham Davies, who's coached many cabinet ministers, former cabinet in your time. He could, if he'd wanted to, Keir Starmer, say, to hell with this, I ain't turning up. The polls are showing him 25 points ahead. That's before the Nigel Farage is factored in. It's his to lose, isn't it?
It very much is. He's got everything to lose in a debate, whereas Rishi Sunak is desperately trying to gain everything. The problem, though, for Sunak is that TV debates very rarely offer the chance to hit a knockout blow. There might be some decent point scoring, but it's most likely to end up as a grubby no-score draw.
What does Sunak have to do to try and get even a 2-1 win?
Well, I think he's got to do a couple of things. Actually, three things. Number one, he's got to change his attitude from being tetchy and annoyed when he's asked a difficult question to being more positive, a sort of, come and have a go if you think you're hard enough, but without going so far that he's actually interrupting Keir Starmer, because he tried that with Liz Truss in the TV debate. Really backfired a lot. So he's got to be assertive without being rude. That's number one. Secondly, I would advise him that, of course, you can't come out with spontaneous new policy ideas in a TV debate, but he does have to find some new phrases, some new words to describe the old ones. I don't think anybody's going to be persuaded by him trotting back to, I'm concerned with delivering for the British people yet again.
I've got a plan. I've got a plan. I know, so boring.
I'm going to keep trotting it out.
And there is a fourth thing, which would be interesting for both of them, actually. Ideally, depending on the format of the debate and the attitude of the moderator, Sunak should try and find a way of directly facing Starmer and asking him genuinely difficult questions. I don't mean the PMQ's pantomime questioning, but to actually try cross-examining the KC. But, of course, Starmer would be advised to try doing that himself to see whether he can pick holes. Now, I don't think either party is very keen on that approach because they both know that intensive cross-examination is dangerous for them. And also, I suspect the moderator might not allow it, but that would turn this into the Wild West.
It's fascinating interviewing people involved in politics at a time like this because they are so almost brainwashed, like Michael Howard, the wonderful Lord Howard, who I have huge admiration for. But it's almost that sort of need to toe the party line means, Graham, that they often look like they are no longer human. And how tonight do these two party leaders get across a warmth, a humanity, whilst also ticking all the boxes that the party need them to do?
The House of Commons has to be a sort of Dunning-Kruger theme park. If you haven't got 1,000% self-belief, you shouldn't be there. And if you haven't got 92% belief in party policies, you probably shouldn't be there. And that's why sometimes a party or the politicians in that party, when they're desperately behind, in desperate trouble, sometimes come across as Scientologists. But it's the only way to be.
I think that's rather defamatory to Scientologists.
But, I mean, they have to trot out the line, don't they? I mean, Michael Howard has been put up by the Tories. He's a dependable, safe pair of hands.
Well, yes, but although it's trotting out the line, and one might say in the comfort of a TV studio, it's boring, it's the line, it's never going to change anything, you do have to remember the Tory party is indeed the most successful political party in history.
In history, yeah.
And it never really completely goes away. In many ways, it's like a virus that keeps popping up. And so you've got to be able to encourage that virus.
Thank you, Graham.